High above the city, on a tall column, stood the statue of the Happy Prince. He was gilded all over with thin leaves of fine gold. For eyes he had two bright sapphires, and a large red ruby glowed on his sword hilt. One day, one little swallow arrived in the city. His friends had gone to Egypt before, but he stayed there because he was in love with the nicest moth in the river. But as she never paid attention to him, he left. It was so cold when he arrived in the city, that she decided to look for a place to sleep. When he saw the statue of the prince, he said, "It seems a nice place to sleep. I will have a golden bed." And saying that, he prepared to sleep in the foot of the statue. What a strange thing! There is not a single cloud in the sky, but I can't feel the rain. When he put his head up, he saw that the statue of the Happy Prince was crying. He asked the Happy Prince that why was he crying? "When I was alive and had a human heart, I was always happy because I lived in a place where sorrow was not allowed to enter. I played and danced all the day long, and I never got worried of what happened beyond my castle. Everyone called me the Happy Prince because I lived and died so happily. But now I can see all the poverty, ugliness and misery of the world. Despite my heart is made of lead, I cannot help feeling sad." The Happy Prince asked the swallow, "Why don't you help me?" The swallow replied, "I have to leave." The Happy Prince said, "Please, little swallow, in the same street there is a boy. He is ill but his mother can't buy medicines. My feet are fastened and I can't go. If you only—" "I don't like children, they throw stones to me," replied the swallow. The Happy Prince requested, "Please, little swallow, stay with me and be my messenger." And so did the little swallow. He took the ruby from the sword and helped the ill boy. And day after day, night after night, the little swallow helped all the poor people in the city with their gold and gems from the prince's statue. And even though it was getting colder and colder, he stayed with his friend, because the day that he took the gems from his eyes, he promised to be with him forever. One cold winter night, when there was no gold or gems left in the prince's statue, the little swallow lied in his friend's feet and died. The following morning, all the wise men of the city decided to put out the prince's statue as it was ugly and old. So they melted the iron to make a new statue. They threw the swallow away. But the prince's heart couldn't be melted by the fire, and it was thrown away with the swallow. One day, God asked one of his angels to bring him the nicest thing in the earth. The angel brought him the prince's heart and the swallow's body. And the God said, "You have rightly chosen. In my garden of paradise this little bird shall sing forever, and in my city of gold the Happy Prince shall praise me."